I am Tony Morelan, Samsung Developer Evangelist. Super excited about this WebEx that we're doing today, this webinar. This is all going to be on marketing your apps. A little bit of background about myself. So I joined Samsung about a year and a half ago. Prior to that, I actually was a designer creating watch faces and themes for Samsung, selling them on the Galaxy Store. I was fortunate to get myself noticed by the good folks at Samsung. And after becoming one of the top sellers on the store, I reached out to them and said, hey, why don't I actually come work for Samsung and teach people how to do great design, great marketing. So it's been awesome. So today's webinar is all on marketing your apps. To give you a quick little overview, what we're going to cover, we're going to talk about creating a brand. It's very important. We're going to talk about your marketing graphics, how to design those. I've got some tips and tricks on creating nice marketing graphics. We're going to talk about social media. What are some great tools you can use? We've also got some nice information on our site that I'll be sharing with you on social media tips. We'll talk about Galaxy Store badges. These are great ways for you to get your audience to directly link right to your apps on the Galaxy Store. We'll also talk about banner promotions, another great feature that we offer, and any other questions that come up. So this is a live chat. I would love for you guys to join in. If you have questions, you can either post them over in the chat window, but I would love to actually hear your voice. We can have a great communication here. So feel free to speak up. To get started, I would love to talk about brand. So brand is very important, and brand is not just your brand name, but it's the whole experience. So it's your logo, it's your icon, it's your style of artwork that you create, it's the marketing graphics behind that. You want that all to feel like it's one cohesive family, so that when people are experiencing your brand, they feel that cohesiveness, that they don't get a little lost within your brand. And I'll show some good examples. We've got some wonderful developers out there that have created some amazing brands. So I'm going to share some of those with you. And I'll talk about your brand name. You can go a couple different ways with your brand name. You can either select, a unique company name, or a lot of times developers actually just use their own personal name. So I'm going to share with you one of our top designers. So Matteo Dini, he's got a great name. He's from Italy. That works perfect as a brand. You can see he's also created a nice logo to go with that brand, a nice icon to go with it. What we're looking at here is his Facebook page. Again, he's one of our top designers. He's done an amazing job. So here's an example of a brand name being your individual name. Now, if you don't have a great name that you think would work well as a brand, well, then you should come up with a company name. And a good example of that is another designer who goes by Urarity. So a very unique name. It's very recognizable. He does amazing work. I actually will be sharing some of his graphics a little bit later on in the webinar. So there's two different examples there. We've got a brand name that is someone's individual name, and then we also have a brand name that is a unique company name. Now, when I went and started my journey creating for Samsung, I came up with a brand name. I didn't think, designs by Anthony Morelan would work well. So I came up with the name that is called Exier. I'll jump over to my website here. I thought this was a great idea. As far as the name, truthfully, I wanted a short name that started with an A. I knew I wanted an X in it because I already had this idea for an icon for the X. And I wanted a short name that I could get a domain name to. So these 5 letters, A-X-E-I-R, I could get the domain name to, so that would help with the website. The problem with my domain name that I realized soon after I launched this business was that it was hard to remember how to spell it. It sounds pretty simple, but if I was out and about and I said, hey, I've got this brand, it's called Exier, right away, people wouldn't know how to spell it. So then it didn't become memorable. They'd go back and try and find me online. They would search around, and it was very difficult for them to remember. So I would recommend that if you're going to pick a brand name, that you pick one that is easy to remember. Another great example of a company that has come up with a brand name is Virgin. So this is his brand name, and you can see he's got a very nice icon to go with it. I'm going to show you some examples here. So you should be able to see, this is a screenshot of the Galaxy Store, what you first see when you load on for the watch face category. And you can see Burgeon took his icon. That's the red symbol that you see up with the watch faces there. This way, it makes it very recognizable that Burgeon's faces, that you can notice that where they are. So that's a great little tip that I learned. On here's also another couple of great examples. Matteo Dini, he was that first designer that I shared with you. What he does with his designs, you can see the second one here in the middle. He actually brands the title of his watch face like a model number. So he has the MD197. It's the beginning of that watch face there. If you look down here in the second row, he has MD198. Again, a really easy way to recognize his watch faces on the Galaxy Store. And then another example here is Urarity. You can see to the middle here in that second row, Urarity, what he does is he puts his name in all caps in brackets in front of each of his watch faces. And that's a little trick actually that I learned as well when I saw a bunch of the designers up on the store that were succeeding. I decided to do that too. So I think I'll show an example a little later on that you'll see how I brand my names on the store. Now, when you see something like this, Regard Midnight Business, or this one in the lower left corner here, Classic Galaxy Watch, it's really hard to know what designer created that. So, I would suggest coming up with a system that you think would work, whether you're branding the name or you're branding your actual watch icon by putting your logo on there. I'm going to give you another little trick. I'm going to share with you an example of a couple of my watch faces on the store. So if you look over here, you can see I've got two different watch faces. They're both called Glacial. The first one is Exir 12-hour Glacial, and the other one is the Exir 24-hour option. If you notice in the first one, the name under the title is my name, Anthony Morelan. The second one actually shows Exir. I'm using this as an example. If you are an individual that is creating watch faces or themes, and you have a brand, but you're not an incorporated company, then your watch face will default to showing with your actual name that you signed up for your account. If you want to override that and actually have your brand name, like I'm showing down here in Glacial 24-hour, you actually do that within the app settings on your seller page. So give me a second here, and I'm going to share with you my seller page. So this is my seller page here. I'm just going to click on the applications button in the top corner there, so we can see a bunch of my apps. This Glacial 24-hour, that's the one that has the brand name Exir that appears underneath it on the store page. So I'm going to go to another one here. Let me just pick this one called Pop Art. I'm going to click the update button. This is where I can edit my application. So this is already posted live on the store. Key is you want to click the advanced tab, and then you want to scroll down to the copyright section. With that advanced tab selected, a few of these other boxes appear. So right down here where it says copyright holder, you can type in your brand name, and then you'll want to hit save. You need to hit save every time you're in one of these windows before you jump out of the window. If you don't click save, it won't actually remember what you had changed on that page. So even prior to submitting, you have to hit save. I'm not going to hit save though, because I want to show you a little something. So what I would do is I'd hit save and then I'd hit submit. And then I would have to wait. I have to wait for this change to be approved by the Galaxy Store. And that generally can take about three or 4 days. So it is not instantaneous when you do that. So I want to show you a little something that happens when you do make an edit to your app. So let's say I submitted it and it went off, but here's an example. Let's say that I make a change to my app information here, but I don't want to accept it. So an example, I typed. Let's go back down to that copyright here. Let's say that I decide, actually I don't want it there. I'm going to show you a little something. So I'm not going to hit save. I've deleted it there, and you would think that it wouldn't remember that I wanted to make a change. So I'm going to go back to my applications, and it'll show the list. And notice here for that pop art one that I had originally hit update, it says updating. So for those of you that are not really familiar with how the store works, it's technically not updating. I haven't submitted anything. So if I want to cancel that update, you actually hit the delete button. A lot of times people think that if you hit the delete button, I'm actually deleting the app. That is not true. You can see these buttons down here for suspend and terminate. That's how you either put a pause on one of your apps or you actually want to terminate it. In this case, hitting the delete button, all it is doing is deleting the action that I had originally pressed update. So if you look back down here for the pop art watch face, it no longer says updating. So that's just a little tip outside of marketing when you're working within the seller portal page here. So I'm going to move on now to marketing graphics. So this is an important part to your watch face. You've spent a lot of time designing your watch face. You've got this great design, but if you don't have the marketing assets behind it, people won't have the confidence that your design is something worthy of purchasing. They want to see the whole experience. So I'm going to show you a designer that I absolutely think he does a great job, and that's Urarity. I'd shown you his page earlier. Here are some screenshots of one of his apps. So this is what happens when you go to the store and you've clicked on his app and you're deciding to purchase it. You actually then swipe through the different screenshots. And you can see here, Urarity did not just take his watch face and show, different styles of his watch face. He is actually creating advertisements. These are high-end marketing pieces. When I see this right away, I think, okay, because he spent so much time on this marketing graphic, he obviously spent an amazing amount of time on his watch face itself. So I would have a ton of confidence in downloading and purchasing this watch face. I understand that a lot of times, developers may not have the skill to do this sort of a marketing advertising. So what I did is I actually created a tool to help developers and designers create these assets. I'm going to show you on our website. Give me just a moment here to switch over. So on our website, we've got a page for designing. So if you go to our website, the main website here, let me click back over to it. So this is developer.samsung.com. If you go to the design tab and then go down to Galaxy Watch, you'll see, if you scroll down just a little bit, Galaxy Store Asset Creator. So what this is, I created a Photoshop template file that can not only generate all of the images that you need when you are publishing, but I'm also giving you all different sorts of watches that you can put your watch face into. I've got a lot of different backgrounds that you can select from. You can see I've got placeholders here for text. There's a lot of different options that you can select from when creating those graphics, and they're all spec'd at the correct size. What's great is Photoshop has this feature called Generate Image Assets. And because these artboards are named a certain way, Photoshop will automatically export the file for you. So you can learn more about that. If you want, you can either check out this video that I created that's on YouTube, or you can click on this link here that'll open up a blog that I wrote, and it'll step you through the whole process on doing this. So this is a great way to save time. And if you don't have the ability to go and do the photoshopping to create these different watches, this is a great way for you to get access to that. So you can download the asset creator just right here on this link. Now, along those lines, I realized after I had created the asset creator, a lot of the graphics on the Galaxy Store started looking the same. I was super excited and proud that a lot of these developers were using the asset creator, but everything kind of started looking the same. So I wanted to come up with something to help these screenshots be a little bit more unique. So I created something called, give me just a moment here. So I'm going to go back to the design tab, go back to Galaxy Watch, and I'm going to scroll down here. I created something called lifestyle photos. So I'm going to click on this right here. What lifestyle photos are, it's the same idea like the asset creator, but these are more unique pictures. So I took all these pictures myself. I grabbed my Samsung phone, I grabbed my watch, came up with some fun backgrounds, and I then made a Photoshop file that makes it easy for you to take your own design and quickly paste it in place and have all of the perspective to have them match right into the Photoshop file. And each one of these sections contains about 5 different photographs. So you can download the nature section or the modern section just by clicking download here. These are all completely free to use, completely free to market. These are your pictures that I created just to help developers and designers create some really cool images for their store. I'm going to check the chat screen. I think we've got some questions over here. Okay, so Rainier asks, what would be the correct order to display images? Active view, features customization, AOD view, examples. So what Rainier is referring to is when you're on the Galaxy Store and you've selected an app and you want to cycle through the different screenshots that are showing. I'll show you in a little bit here how people are working, how they're getting videos into there. To let you know, if you do post a YouTube link to a video that you've created to showcase your app, that always appears first. You have no control on moving that location. Just remember the video appears first, and you'll see an example here in a little bit. I like to start with that lifestyle photo. So that one kind of shows, the environment. I'm trying to sell the concept behind the theme, behind the watch face. So I always like to start off with something that shows the watch in action, and then I go right into the features. So I save AOD for the end. It is nice to see the AOD. I know a lot of times people, like to know exactly what that watch face is going to look like when it's in what's like a sleep mode. But I always put that towards the end. So pretty much the list that you've shown here, active view, I would say, in front of that, I would put a lifestyle photo. So I go lifestyle photo, then I would show, the watch face in its full glory, maybe in one of these, my asset creator style graphics. Then I would jump right into the features and then customization and then end it with the AOD view. So I want to share with you now a little bit about videos. Okay, so what I did is I just did a quick video of myself on my phone. Again, this is Urarity, and you can see I'm just opening up his app there, and here's that first position where the YouTube video loads. So once it loads, it can start playing. You'll see here, I'll actually go in and tap the screen to enlarge it, and you can see it opens up real nicely on my phone. So, you see this video, he obviously is a very talented designer, not just with his work with his watch face, but even from the whole production of his marketing. To be able to produce a video like this is pretty amazing. But, if you've got the skill, or if you can partner with someone who has the skill, that's a great thing to do. Truthfully, I have actually found, if you're familiar with using Adobe After Effects, there are, if you Google it, you can find some pre-made 3D objects of the Galaxy Watch. I can actually show you in a bit here, maybe videos that I've made based on using a 3D rendered object using After Effects. So that's a great way, if you don't have the production for doing the actual photography of the video, you can go and find 3D objects of the Galaxy Watch, that probably cost you maybe $50. But put that into After Effects and you can then superimpose your own watch face onto it and do total motion graphics with it. That would be awesome. Okay. So I'm going to move on and talk a little bit more about promoting. So some great ways on how you can actually promote your app. So once you've created your app and you've published it and it's on the store and you've got your marketing graphics behind it, what do you do next? Well, you need to start promoting. And one of the great ways that I discovered for promoting is to give your watch face to YouTube guys that review watch faces. So I'm going to share with you a couple of sites that I've worked with before on submitting your watch face design to them, and then they review it. So the first one is Jibber Jab Reviews. He's got a pretty big channel. In fact, his is the biggest channel that I'm aware of. You can see he's got over 23,000 subscribers. And he posts quite a lot of videos. I mean, multiple videos during the week. If you look down here on these view counts, I mean, some of these are crazy. 500,000 views, 436,000 views. I can't remember. Let's actually go check this out. I'm going to go put in one of my watch faces. 32,000 views for this watch face that I did. That's amazing. He did this. You give him your watch face. The way that it works is you actually give him a coupon. So he takes one of the coupons, and I can talk a little bit about generating coupon codes. But you give him a coupon for it. He'll download the watch face. That's the way he doesn't have to pay for it. And then, but you actually give him a second coupon. And what he does is like a promotional thing that if you leave a comment in the video, that he then selects one of the people as the winner. And then you give him a coupon, and that person wins one of your watch faces. So it's a great way to do some easy promotion that really doesn't cost you anything. So Jibber Jab Reviews, definitely reach out to them. There's contact information on this website. Super great guy. And then another one is Huck's World. So along the same lines, he does video reviews of watch faces. So you can reach out to Huck. He's got over 16,000 subscribers. So these are big channels. So reach out to Huck's World. You can have him do some promotion. That's a great way to do it. Another way is to create your own website. So I would suggest creating a website. I'm going to show here. This is Burgeon. I'd shown him a little earlier. He's got a great website here. What's awesome with doing a website is, of course, you've got the whole SEO behind it, search engine optimization. If you're good with your SEO, or you can partner with someone who does SEO, that would be a wonderful way for you to market your designs. You can also pay for Google Ads. And just to let you know, I did that, and it was kind of break even. So it's great for if you're trying to build your brand, but if you're running on a tight budget, and you spend, $100 on Google Ads, I pretty much broke even on that. So I did that for a little bit, but I did not continue doing that with Google Ads. I would say if you wanted to, another great way is to create a Facebook page. So here's an example here of Echo Visuals. They're another one of our top sellers. They do a lot of themes. They do watch faces also, but their big market is themes. They've got, if you look down here, they've got over 30,000 people follow their page. I mean, that's a huge following. What's amazing with Facebook, if you do have some budget and you would like to do some advertising, Facebook lets you do target advertising. What that is that you can specify that your ad only shows, and I'll just use this as an example, that you want this certain demographic. So let's say you want 20-year-old to 30-year-old females that already own a Samsung device, that they're using a Samsung device to view their Facebook page. If you target specifically to that market, as a theme designer, that if they already have a phone and they see your ad, there's a great potential there for them to actually be interested in downloading and buying your theme, because you've specifically marketed towards that. Versus, Google, you cannot target market to device. So that's a big difference there between Facebook and Google. I would say, in addition to, creating the website, which, obviously Google is the biggest search engine out there, the second biggest search engine is YouTube. So I would create a YouTube channel. I would do videos. The videos don't have to be this polished, like you would see with Rarity. I'll just play another one right here. They don't have to be that polished at all. You can actually create videos where it's just you with your watch and, take your phone and just show it over your watch. Show yourself moving your watch around. If you can prop your phone up so that you can record hands-free, then you can go through and tap through your different settings. But getting your videos on YouTube is a huge audience and great search engine for them to discover. So once they've discovered you, you need to get them over to your store page. And I know that there was a question earlier about that direct link. So those are Galaxy badges. I'm going to show you a little bit about Galaxy badges. So give me a moment here. I'm going to go back to our website. Okay. So on our website, if you go to Distribute and then go to Galaxy Store and click on the Get Started button. And then over here in the Marketing Resources section, you'll see a couple different subsections here. One of them is Badge Promotion. So what badge promotion is think of it as a short direct link to either your individual app that you're selling or to your seller page. So you get the short link, you can download this graphic as a button, and on your website, you can program that button through HTML to have it go directly to the store page. And I'll show you how that works. So give me a moment here. I'm going to pull up my website and show you how the badges work when you're viewing it on a phone. Okay, so you should see, so this is my phone here, this is my website. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to scan down to one of my watch faces and I'll tap it and then it opens up and then there's the button. So if I tap that button and I'm on my phone, it automatically launches right to that app for sale. And here I have the option to install it. All of my watch faces and themes are free since I work for Samsung now. If that was for sale, instead of saying install, it would say buy. So that is how the badge works. So I programmed that link into the graphic of that badge, and then it shot me over to the Galaxy Store. Now, to give you a couple other examples of how that badge works and some of the limitations behind it, let me share with you what it would be if you were to use that badge on Instagram. So because Instagram does not allow for links, okay, because Instagram does not allow for active links in the descriptions here, you can see Healthface here. He's an amazing designer as well. What he did is just in his text, he just wrote that short link that you see. So if you were to, on your phone, just type in this link, it would go straight to this app for sale on the Galaxy Store. But this is Instagram. This is not clickable, so I would actually have to write this down, remember it, go up to my browser, and then click it to go over to there. Now, unlike Instagram, Twitter does allow you to put in active links. So you can see here on Matteo Dini, this app for sale on the Galaxy Store is the short link ends with MD227. If I was on Twitter, I could click this and it would go directly to that app for sale. So that's great there. One thing to keep in mind, I need to show you an example here though. If you are not on your phone and you are on a browser, a desktop computer, let me show you here what happens. It's the experience isn't quite perfect. So here I am on Burgeon's site. His button here actually takes him to his seller page, and the seller page is all of his apps for sale. If you're on a computer, you don't have access to the Galaxy Store. The Galaxy Store is only available on devices, on phones and tablets. So here I am on my computer. I click this link, and you can see what happens. It says, oops, Galaxy Store is only accessible on a Samsung device. So you just have to keep that in mind on your website. If you were to view Burgeon's page on a phone, you would not see this page. It would actually go to his seller page. So I just wanted to make you aware that this is the experience on a website on a desktop computer. And another thing, this isn't a little bit off subject, but I like to share this just so that people are aware. The difference between the Apple devices and Samsung devices when you're viewing the store. So, you can have a Galaxy Watch and have it paired with an Apple iPhone. The difference, though, is that you cannot purchase watch faces or apps through the Galaxy Store for your watch if it's paired with an iPhone. Only free watch faces and free apps can be paired with your watch in your iPhone. So Android devices, you can get free and paid, but iPhones are only free watch faces and free apps. So I just wanted to let you know that. So if I was on my iPhone and I click this link, it would not take me to a Galaxy Store page because if it was one that was for sale. So that's how that would work. Let me check the chat and see if we have any questions. So someone's asking, when you click on a badge link from an individual, for an individual watch face on a PC, it does show the watch, at least in the US. So what it is, and I can show that example. What that person is referring to, which is Steve, is if you click on, let me see if I can, what's the best way to show that? He is correct. So I'm going to go to my website. So here I'm on my desktop computer. I'm going to go down. This was that same experience when I was on my phone. So let me click on this one here. So on my phone, I clicked this button and it went directly to the store. So on my computer, if it's a direct link to an app, not to my seller page, a direct link to an app, it does bring up this page, which is great, but this is not a direct link to the store still. I have to copy the URL and then I would have to, get it over to my phone, to my tablet, put the URL in there, and then I'd be able to get to the store. But yes, it does bring up this page, and it's a nice page. You can see I can actually go through my graphics, my marketing graphics that I have here. So thanks, Steve, for bringing that up. It was nice to mention that. And Kenneth is mentioning TikTok and Pinterest work well. I totally agree. I did not mention them earlier. You can think just about every single social channel. If you can get your watch face out there, yes, it's a great way to market. So I totally could see where TikTok and Pinterest would be great. So thanks, Kenneth, for bringing that up. Let me see here. I'm going to jump over and talk a little bit about, we have something similar to the asset creator for social media. It's called the social media kit. So I'm going to share my browser. Give me just a second here. I'm going to jump back over to our store. So I'm going to go back to the Galaxy Store, get started, marketing resources. Down here under social promotion, there's some great information in here. So we've got social media promotion kits. These work just like the asset creator. So these are Photoshop files for themes and Photoshop files for watches. You get access to all of the different watches. You can place in your own graphic of your theme and your text to go with it. And Photoshop will automatically export the graphics at the required size for Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So quick little asset that you can use to help yourself make the graphics for those 3 social media platforms. Now, if you are posting on social media, we've got here, you can see on the left sidebar here, hashtags. This hashtag right here, be a Samsung dev. This is how we will find you. We love to share. So if you're posting and you're using that hashtag, we will see it, and we would love to share that as well on our channel. So please use hashtag be a Samsung dev. And you can see down here, we also list out a lot of the top hashtags to use when posting on social media. So this is huge right here. It'll save you a lot of time. You won't have to go and search for relevant hashtags. So the next thing I want to chat about is banner promotion. So if you're tight on budget, banner promotion is an amazing thing that we offer. So banner promotion are different ads that appear. And I'm going to show, let me share another image here to show you what it's like on a phone. Okay, so this is the Galaxy Store. I've just taken a screenshot under featured, and these ads appear. So Samsung allows you to apply to be featured on the Galaxy Store. You create your own banner. We give you the specifications. You create a banner, and then we will show it. And I think it's like a 2-week period. You do have to be selected. So not everybody who requests banner promotion, basically we look at your apps, we look at your designs, and we decide, is this something that is unique? Is this something that we want to share? Is this something we think is going to sell very well? That's the criteria to have you become selected. I will tell you from experience, before I was working for Samsung, when I was a designer, I was featured on the store. It was amazing how many sales I had. I can't share the numbers, but the percentages were through the roof. So banner promotion is huge. So you can go to the site under the marketing resources. You can learn more about banner promotions and how to submit to possibly be featured on the store. I want to talk a little bit about pricing. So a lot of times people ask me, do I price my apps really cheap? Sometimes I see watch faces for 99 cents. Do I price them a little higher? I think when it comes to, watch faces, $2.99 is like kind of on the high end. I will tell you though, some designers have actually posted watch faces for sale for over $100. I think there's one even called the $100 watch face. What I've noticed from these developers is they treat them as limited edition. So they only sell like 10 and then they take it off the store. But you sell 10 watch faces for $100. I mean, I'd take that. That would be pretty sweet. But it's probably not something you would want to do all the time. I think it's more of a unique thing, a unique offering. On watch faces, when you're selling them, you also have the option of having a watch face for free. Free is amazing. Truthfully, you get a lot of downloads, a lot of recognition when you put one out for free. I would only have one watch face for free at a time. I would not do a collection. Now, as I had mentioned, I now work for Samsung. I just thought it would be in the best interest just to give everything away for free. So yes, all my designs are free. I get thousands of downloads every single day. So imagine if you put out a free one and you get a lot of downloads, all of those people are going to recognize you if you start to build your brand and then see your other work and actually go and be inspired to make a purchase. So, but don't offer a lot for free. Offer one for free. Don't price your watch faces too cheap. It's an expensive watch. People got money. If you put it for 99 cents, chances are if you put it for $1.99, people still would have bought it. I don't think people are looking at the price between $1.99 and 99 cents and thinking like, I'm not going to buy that. And the same goes with $2, 99 cents. If someone wants your watch face, they're going to buy it. It's not that much money to ask. So be smart about that. Don't price them too cheap. Put your money out there. Maybe after a while, if your watch face has been released for 6 months or a year, then lower your price. That's what I would suggest when it comes to that. A little bit about coupons. So I had mentioned earlier that you can generate coupons for your watch faces. This is a great way if you're doing promotions. You want to give away your watch face for free. You can generate a coupon. Let me show you how that's done. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to share my browser here. And I am going to go to Galaxy Store and back into the same marketing resources tab. Let me back all the way out here. Discounts and coupons. And it says login required. That's because the information behind the discounts and coupons is actually on your seller portal page. So I'm going to click that link. It's going to bring me over to my seller portal page, which I was already logged into because I was showing you earlier. And we've got a section here on discounts. So this is where you can offer a watch face for a certain time period at a discount. So that's great if you're doing any sort of promotions. And then just below that is where you'll find your information on coupons. So I'm just going to just scroll down here and here's the coupon section. Let me tell you how coupons work. So coupons are individual. So if you are going to offer somebody a coupon, they get a coupon code. That code is unique to them. So it's not like you can go on your website and say, use this coupon code for a free watch face, because that coupon is for one download. And it's also country specific. So if you want to give that coupon to somebody in France, you have to generate that coupon and say that that is specific to France. And they have that unique ID code. So I gave you the example on Jibber Jab Reviews where he selects one of the people who left a comment to give a watch face to. The way that works is you actually have to wait for him to select the person, and then you can find out what country they're from, and then you generate the coupon and give them the coupon code. And it is for a certain amount of time. There's a coupon period. So you have to specify that time. They have to use it within that window. So that's how coupons work. It's a great way to offer, a free watch face to select people. So definitely would suggest doing that. The last thing that I wanted to chat about, doing your marketing specific to a country in their language. Let me log back in. What I'm going to do is I am going to specify that my app will be, I'll use the example as Italian. So let me go to my applications. And let's just select this one here. Okay. Okay. So here's this app. It's for sale. Right now, it doesn't matter what country you're in, the app will show in English. So if you're in Korea, if you're in France, if you're in Italy, it'll still show in English. If you want to do specific marketing by language, what you do is you click the Advanced tab and you come over here to Add. And now you're going to add another language. So I'll use Italian as an example. So I'm going to click Italian and then hit Save. Now, what this has done is this has basically, this entire page here, all of the tabs, this is the English version. And now I can come over here and I can select Italian. So notice this tab now changed to Italian. This is where I'd write my application title in Italian. I'd put my description in Italian. I would put my features. I would put tags. I can have unique screenshots. This does not convert your watch face or your app to Italian. It's still however you're displaying it, but it converts all of your text, your marketing text on the seller page to Italian. Now you need to do the translation yourself. So you can use Google Translate, which, maybe do an okay version. But if you are fluent in other languages, here is a great way for you to customize how your seller page looks. Your app page on the seller portal, how it looks to that person in that specific country. So that's a great way to directly market your app. That pretty much concludes, we're just about out of time. That concludes everything I wanted to talk about as far as my marketing tips. I want to share a couple more things with you. So here's how you can get a hold of us. If you have support questions, you can go to developer.samsung.com and go to support. You can also send us an email. Send us an email to support@samsungdevelopers.com. If you have questions about your seller portal, this is your account, not your, nothing about like creating the assets and the marketing side of things, but your apps on your seller portal page. For that, you have to do what's called a one-to-one inquiry, and you go to seller.samsungapps.com up to the support tab and then select one-to-one inquiry. And then finally, you just want to get a hold of me, Tony.Morelan@partner.samsung.com. I love working with designers and developers one-on-one. So feel free to send me email. Let's chat. I know there are a couple questions in here that I wasn't able to answer. You can reach out to me that way. If you also want to find me on social, it's #XSeerBuzz. That's how you can find me on my social channels. And lastly, here are all of our channels as a group with the developer program. I want to thank everybody for joining me for this live chat. So really appreciate you guys taking the time to join me today. Thanks, and look forward to seeing you guys on the Galaxy Store.